So, hey guys, this is the Triple Dash podcast, and this is going to be the first time that we're all getting together.
Episode 1.
Inaugural pose.
Getting this all together. So I did want to go around and just introduce everyone a little bit. That way we know who all is here. So, my name is Michelle. And my YouTube channel is YouTube. No, actually, it's not because I don't have more than 100 subscribers, so it doesn't have a fancy personal URL. But if you search for YakSmash, you can find me. And if you ever hear any of these two dweebs I'm sitting with talking about something named Table, that means they're talking about me. So please do not be confused. And so what about Mark over there?
I'm Mark. We've been friends now for, I guess we're going on a year and a half. Wow. We met at PAX 2015 South edition. We met through a mutual friend who's not as cool.
Obviously.
Because he's not here.
He's not here.
And my YouTube channel, my Twitter, and my Twitch is Offended Spaniel, all one word. And then to my left is my fiance, Christina.
Oh, hey. So I'm Christina. I'm pretty much OM Cree across the board. You can find me on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and not Twitch yet, but I'll be starting that up shortly. And yeah, I guess we established that we are a almost husband and wife gaming team, plus the plus one over there.
Third wheel.
Hence the name Triple Dash podcast.
And speaking of wheels, we have a love affair with Junkrat from Overwatch.
Oh,
and his
good
ultimate
tie-in,
move.
good tie-in.
Junkrat is my husband. We are going to get married.
That sexy accent, though.
I know.
that one leg.
He's so beautiful with that spiky flaming hair.
Well, on Plenty of Fish, he does tend to look for the guys with the birth defect, so he's got one leg, and she likes accents, so it kind of all goes together.
I mean, yeah.
Hey guys, she's single. So if you meet those qualifications, you may have a chance.
If you have one leg.
Do you walk with a limp? Hit up YakSmash.
Do you regularly throw grenades and bombs and stuff?
And set yourself on fire? Yes? No? Maybe?
Yeah. Do you say, fire in the hole? Then I'm the girl for you. Anyway, so we were going to go ahead and start off with a little bit of backstory on how we met. So, again, like Mark said, we met PAX 2015. And so from my POV over here, I had bought tickets to go to PAX because I had heard some people talking about it, and I was interested on going to a gaming convention because I'd never been to a video game or any convention before. So I just wanted to see what it was like. And the person that I was originally supposed to go with just didn't buy a ticket. Just didn't do it. And so when I met John, I threatened him and told him that he had to go with me or else. And so he did. And so I asked him to go to the convention with me, and then he failed to inform me that he was going to Austin a few days before, so we weren't going to drive together. So I had to drive all the way to San Antonio by myself, which is what I did not want to do because it's like a 5-hour drive. But whatever. We got there, and I was a little overwhelmed by the amount of people that were there. And then John came up to me and he said, "Hey, want to meet my friends?" And I said, "No, I don't actually, and I'm going to go over here and not meet your friends." And then after about 3 minutes of being by myself, I realized that I really don't like being by myself. And so I came back and was like, "John, okay, I want to meet your friends now. I'm a little lonely." I had my alone time. I'm good now. And then I came back and I met these two weirdos. And it's been best friendom ever since.
True that.
What about y'all?
We truly bonded over the card game Munchkin.
Yes.
Which we all played for the first time that day. What was it? Was that day 1 or 2 of PAX?
I think
it was day one. It was Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got this sweet thing there. It's a big old board game area, tons of tables. Not related to her name. That would come a year later. And you just turn in your driver's license, and you can rent any game they got over there, and you can even put a cone on your table saying you're looking for more people to group up with.
Yeah, and whenever we played Munchkin, it was a little overwhelming because it wasn't just Munchkin. It was Munchkin and every single expansion all in one box. So it was kind of difficult because we had to deal with so much stuff.
Yeah, we didn't even know about the expansions
a little bit of a
at the
learning
time.
curve.
And we were playing with John, who, of course, he got all the cards like Screaming Nerd and Cheat, and he just took it a little too far. But Michelle got the last laugh because at some point she had horse legs, and all those legs had 4 feet, and then those feet had wheels.
My horseshoes.
Your horseshoes.
Yeah.
My horseshoes, and then they had wheels or something like that.
Her shoes had
And then those
hooves, and then the
extra
hooves
and
had
I was a
feet.
centaur.
Yeah.
And you were a centaur, and you had roller skates on them.
So many legs.
You were very fast. You
Legs
could
and
run
legs
away
and
from
legs.
any monster.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Oh, Kersey, tell everyone how you and me realized we were best friends when you made me poop myself a little.
Which happens on the daily, I might add.
Which time was that?
So we were sitting at the table playing Munchkin, and I noticed that she had the most badass tattoo of tattoos on her wrist. It was Epona's song, and I wish that you guys could see it because it's literally glorious. But it's the little notes from the game. And I grabbed her wrist because I was super excited, and she flipped out and almost flipped the table over.
I was scared.
She was so scared.
I was in the middle of looking out all my legs.
She's very flinchy, so nobody make any sudden movements around her. She might poop herself.
I
That's been
might.
established.
I wear a diaper regularly.
Yep. Adult size.
But I mean, I was looking at my legs on legs on legs, and I was very focused on winning this game because John was being a little turd, and I knew I had to destroy him. And then out of nowhere, I hear a loud gasp, and someone forcefully grabs my arm to look at my wrist, and it screwed me.
I do that when I'm excited. I have to grab things that catch my
Violated your personal space without
Completely.
asking. but
Yep.
it's
I
all-
think
it's
I'd
all
maybe
good.
said 2 words to her before that point had occurred, and then I was like, oh no, this is my best friend right here. This girl that I just scared into oblivion. She's going to be my best friend. And then she was.
Yeah!
Yeah.
And we did have another friend there, Mark's friend, whose name is Zeef.
Kevin.
Kevin Zeef. And he was dressed as Frog Mario.
His frog suit Mario from Mario 3.
And it was like one of those
Complete
those
with
morph
mustard
suits.
mustache.
Yeah, it was like a
No,
morph suit
ketchup.
with the face cut out, and then it had the feet cut out as well, which was funny because his jeans were hanging out the bottom of it, which is hilarious. And then he had ketchup on his face, and I just thought he was like the coolest, nicest person alive, and I was like, oh, this Zeef guy, and then he lives in Los Angeles.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Womp womp. But he's a cool dude, and Mark's known him forever and ever.
Yeah.
Y'all go back to high school, don't you?
Well, that's how they became friends.
Junior
I
high.
didn't become friends with Michelle till later on when I found out
Oh,
that she
okay.
liked Mario Kart Double Dash,
That's
which
true.
is kind of like where it's like our true origin story. But coming together over Blue Sparks.
And Champions of Nora.
Yeah, well, that solidified my ability to want to talk to you.
God, you sound so elitist. That solidified my abilities to even pay attention to you.
Yeah. Oh, and me and Chrissy knew we were going to be Biffles forever whenever we were at PAX, and I made a Bait and Kados reference. And she was like, you like Bait and Kados? And I was
I mean,
yes.
that game, I really have met maybe just 2 or 3 people in my life that have ever even heard of that, much less played it.
Yeah.
And knowing that she'd actually played it and possibly beaten it.
I got
Did you
very,
beat
very
it?
good. No, because I got to the very, very, very last fight with Callus, and I never beat him.
Spoilers, oh my gosh. I'm just kidding.
Well, I don't know. I don't even know who
I don't even
And for
know
those of you who
he
don't know,
is.
it's a very little known GameCube card-based role-playing game.
Yeah, it's a turn-based card fighting game.
With super low budget voice acting.
Yeah,
you can like hear the echoing of the garage that they're in.
It was like recorded on a YakBack.
Probably similar to what you're hearing right now.
No,
if I had to guess,
might be better.
This might be slightly better.
Slightly higher budget.
It was cool because it was so long that it had to be on 2 GameCube discs. So whenever you got to a certain part, it was like, please insert disc 2.
And then you knew
continue.
shit was going to get real.
Yeah, there's only like 4 games
Disc 2?
on GameCube that did that.
Do you know which ones those are, Mark?
I don't know.
Yes.
Resident Evil 4. Tales of Symphonia.
Yep.
That's all that comes to mind.
Those are the 2 I thought of, too. And what about
Bath
Star
and
Fox?
Kratos?
Wasn't Star Fox Adventures 2 discs? No.
Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes, maybe? Maybe not. Maybe that's just the PS1 version is 2 disc. I don't know.
I'm glad we brought up GameCube, though. I mean, I absolutely have so much love for GameCube. It'll never die.
Oh, definitely.
Well, based on when we were all born, it was the pivotal time in our lives when that came out. That and Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
We didn't really have our own money back then.
Well, yeah, 64 was still like, if I think back to what really resonated with me, what got me into gaming in the first place was playing on the Nintendo 64. Like all of my favorite games.
What turned me into a 75% nerd to a 100% nerd was definitely the Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
Because, oh my gosh, my mom would get so mad at me because I would come home from school, and as soon as I got home, I would go play Ocarina of Time. But there was days where I didn't even actually play. I would just go to the little fishing hole and fish, and I would fish until she got home from work, and she would come home and be like, how long have you been fishing on this game? I'd be like, I don't know, like 4 hours. She'd be like, you cannot play this game anymore. Stop. And I would do that every single day. Just sit there and fish.
It is pretty relaxing.
I love it.
You're a weirdo, but it is pretty relaxing.
So or like Mario Tennis for days.
Oh, I loved Mario Tennis so much.
Oh, we saw... Okay, switching gears ever so slightly, but staying on topic. We saw these cosplayers whenever... It was 2016 at PAX South. So this year, there were people cosplaying as Mario Tennis. And it was so cool because there were all these people in their little shorts.
It was so
and they
well
had
done.
tennis rackets and little Waluigi running around. Like, wow.
They had a really big group, too. It was like, how many people? Like 8 or 9?
I don't know.
Big
it was a
group.
lot of people, though. Like, I remember seeing, like, Daisy and Peach and Mario and Luigi and Waluigi.
Luigi.
There's a big old Waluigi out there running.
Yep.
Or a big old Wario.
Wario.
A big old Wario running around. And so, man, that's so cool.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty amazing. I've always wanted to do, like, a group cosplay. I've never really gotten into, like, the details of making a cosplay outfit, but I've always wanted to. Anything I've ever done has been, like,
Well, I'm still
bought
open
from
to
a store.
me being Waluigi the pimp, and you guys
Oh,
being my
yeah.
slutty
That was
Peach
our
and
idea.
Daisy.
Yeah, Slutty Peach and Daisy.
You're gonna have an entourage.
Yep.
That's the best
Yeah.
idea
Gotta have
ever.
my purple boa.
And your cane.
Yep.
And
Pimp came with
my
the L
wah.
on it.
My wah.
You gotta get your wah on. So yeah, if any of y'all are coming to any gaming conventions,
I would like, I mean, if we could, I would really like that costume to come together before PAX West.
Yeah.
So we can take it there, but if not, definitely PAX South for
so yeah,
sure.
we should probably talk about that since we've, that's kind of how we became friends and everything. We do have plans to come up to go to the upcoming PAX West in Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
And we are so excited.
We got the Impossible tickets.
We were all on high alert, and even then, only one of us really got to a point where we could get all 4 tickets at once. I was stuck in queue forever.
I was in so we're going with another friend named Sean, and me and Sean got in at the same time, but me and Mark had just been messaging, and he was like, don't worry about getting our tickets, I think everyone can get in. And then right as I was about to hit buy tickets, everyone starts blowing up my phone saying, don't do it, Sean
Already picked 4, and if he goes back, then he'll be thrown out of the queue. Don't do it. He already got 4. Don't do it. And I was surprised that you listened.
And I was nowhere to be found.
I almost didn't. I made Sean send me a screenshot of his confirmation before I.
And Chrissy was crying somewhere at work.
Yeah, no, my job does not permit me to be glued to my phone or computer at all. I have to be up and down all day. So I was pretty much at these fruits' mercy here. So I'm really grateful, by the way.
I was driving in the car when the tickets went on sale, and then I got onto the comments, and everyone was like, oh, now it happened when I was in the shower. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the thing. Like, where were you when tickets dropped?
I was in the middle of...
Tuesday at 1 p.m.?
Yeah, I was in the middle of fucking Dallas. In a place where I'm not super familiar with driving, but I was driving and I had my GPS up on my phone, like set up to where I could like see it and drive obviously at the same time. And I see the little Twitter notification. I see PAX West is on, and then like that's all that fits on my screen. And I flipped out and I turned down the nearest turnoff street. And I wasn't really paying attention, but the street kind of, like, ended almost immediately, and it was, like, a dirt road underneath a highway. And I was like, well, I don't really know what this is, but I'm just going to pull off into the dirt.
But there aren't cars here, so I'm going to start pulling out my credit card information.
Yeah, exactly. So I, like, I already had my Twitter pulled up. I was already clicking the link to get into the queue. I was parked under the highway, and my hazards were on. And then I was in queue, and I was like, okay, I'm in queue now. It's going to take me a minute before I actually can get to a place to buy my tickets. So I should just get to like an actual parking lot instead of where I am, because I don't think I'm supposed to be where I am. And I definitely wasn't, because as I was pulling out, I saw a do not enter sign like on the street that I was on, and I was like, oops, well, let me just get out of here real quick so I can buy these
She actually rolled up into a little known hookup spot, and if you put your hazards on there at midnight, you'll a burly man will come in through your sunroof.
Oh, good thing I don't have sunroof.
He'll make one.
They'll make one, yeah.
Oh, no.
He'll road hog his way in there.
Oh,
he'll hook you.
Yeah, hook.
And then he'll
hook the roof off. Yeah, literally and not literally.
He'll hook you because you're a hooker.
Definitely. So we all had hypervigilance because we knew that PAX South tickets were going on sale. Like it was like the 17th, I think, that they went on sale.
Yeah, for like the first time ever, they went on sale before PAX West, even though they were happening like the following January. It was like 7 months away.
We had figured that was probably just to generate some interest while everyone was already on high alert for the other tickets to drop. They were like, oh, well, maybe people will actually buy the tickets for South. Because if y'all don't know, I mean, South here that we have in San Antonio in Texas, it doesn't sell out. It's not huge. I mean, still, relatively speaking, it's a huge event, but, you know, you can still probably find tickets now.
They've almost been on sale a month now, and everything's still available, including 3-day passes, whereas PAX West was gone in, like, an hour, and that's a 4-day thing.
The Saturday was sold out in, like, 15 minutes.
Like, yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday were gone in 10 minutes, and then Monday was gone within an hour. So
yeah, and I guess that's just, I mean, South hasn't obviously been around as long. I think, wasn't 2015 the first?
Yes,
the first one.
2015 was the first one.
Yeah, so maybe, you know, we'll continue to grow and be established, and it'll be a bigger thing later on.
On my podcast that I listened to, Dodger, my sweet Dodger, I love you so much. Dodger was saying that she prefers PAX South because she was like, look guys, you can get in a line and play, you can actually play a game. If you get in line at PAX West, you're going to be in the line for hours.
PAX West, it's good to say that you're there, but it's kind of like a clusterfuck.
No, really, it is.
We'll see though. We'll see how that experience is like.
I'm still so
now,
psyched.
There's plans to expand it, hopefully by, I think they said 2020. They're going to have way more I guess room, maybe not more people there.
Are they keeping it at the same venue then, or are they changing spots? Or
I think it's the only venue suitable for it because it's like the biggest game convention in the world, I think.
I'm pretty sure that's right.
I think that's the only place they can do it. Yeah, that's not.
Pretty big.
It's not gaming. It's game.
Just game.
That's not, that is
Yeah.
not nearly as big, and it does not get nearly as much
coverage
by
and
the
it's just
media.
one
Sponsor
location,
love.
isn't it? Isn't it just?
It's in California,
Yeah.
and they just talk about like World of Warcraft and Diablo. Really, I guess next year it'll
Well,
all be
that's
all about
yeah,
Overwatch and Hearthstone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be the first time I'll be
You know.
actually interested and sad I'm not there.
I assume the amount of people playing World of Warcraft, are quickly declining.
Yeah, that's the thing. Since they stopped publishing the subscriber numbers, we have no idea how many people are left on those servers.
Oh,
so, yeah, it's shrinking. So, I guess...
I mean, it helps them that there doesn't seem to be any other worthwhile MMO to play.
Oop.
Yeah, y'all haven't seen the Warcraft movie, right? Yet?
No.
Not
Yeah, I haven't
yet.
seen it. I've heard it's good though.
I heard that, okay, so we looked it up on Rotten Tomatoes like we do everything, and
Well, critics are giving it shit reviews.
hate it. Critics just
I
hate
knew
it.
critics would pan it, and I thought people would too, but people seem to be liking it.
Yeah.
Jesse
got like
Cox
an-
said it was great.
It's got like
Really?
an 80-something% from
That's good enough for
people,
me. I'll go see it if Jesse
and like
likes
a
it.
30% from critics.
Yeah, well,
but, you know, not a chance they even know what World of Warcraft is.
yeah.
So
Again on my podcast, but Jesse Cox was talking because he went to the premiere event, and the people who had like hired him to go like interview and stuff had said like, hey, we want you to say that this is a fan movie. A fan movie. And so he kept saying fan movie, and then people kept getting pissed off, like, this is not a fan movie, it's a multi-million-dollar production, blah, blah, blah. And,
Yeah, the
but then-
budget was pretty huge for that movie.
Then Jesse went and saw it, and he was like, well, they don't really go into a lot of background with some of the characters because it's almost assuming that you already know. And he was like, this is a fan movie. It's meant for the fans. If you play the game, you don't need that background story because you know exactly what's going on. Whenever you see that, you see a person, you're like, I know who that is. And so he said that if you play the game and you like the game, then you're going to like the movie because it's good.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's just critics that aren't in the know, that don't have that history with the game. You know, characters they're probably not invested in because they don't know their backstories.
well,
And
the CGI looks pretty awesome.
yeah, it looks amazing.
People kissed the ass of the movie Avatar. And
Oh, that
was
movie.
that was the
So
most
gross.
simple by the book story, but since it looked awesome,
I never saw the
it
movie.
got
I really loved the animated series.
classic
but that
story.
movie was,
Guy infiltrates as a spy, but then decides he loves the people he's spying on and becomes one of them. You know, it's almost kind of like Pocahontas with John Smith.
No, it is.
He goes
Yeah.
after the Indians, and then he's like, "Wait, they're living
Oh, they're
right.
cool.
We're wrong. They're right, and they're peaceful.
and
we
then he
shouldn't-
becomes
we
an
should
advocate
leave them alone."
and their savior.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then everyone else is trying to destroy them for no reason, and then he stands up for them.
it's the same,
And that's
same thing.
pretty much what Avatar was too.
Mm-hmm.
But people had sex with their hair. So
What?
You didn't
Watch
know that?
the movie.
You got to see the movie.
Pocahontas or Avatar?
well,
You don't
that's a
remember that
deleted
part with, like,
scene
Grandmother
from
Willow
Disney
and-
Blu-ray.
Oh, you are actually talking about Pocahontas? Are you talking about the tree?
I did a really good job of convincing her, guys, that,
What was that
that
raccoon's
Grandmother
name?
Willow has
Miko?
sex with
Yeah, I was
Pocahontas.
like, I
With
don't
her hair.
remember that. I remember there was a
She-
scene where there was like wind blowing in her
She
hair.
teaches her
but-
to paint with the colors of the wind.
Hot.
Uh-oh.
Hot.
Oh, the
Oh,
colors
are
of
we
the
getting
wind.
into the twerking like Gaston?
Oh, I think we are.
Nope.
I think we went full circle.
Working our way into there. Well, anyway, so we've talked all about PAX, blah, 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 blah. So, we can now discuss Mark's latest obsession. Okay, so a little bit of backstory on Mark. Whenever he likes something, he goes full blast. It's either like nothing
Nuts to
or
butts.
100.
Balls to the wall.
Balls to the wall. He's like, oh, I have no interest in that, or I am going to spend all the money I've ever owned on this thing.
Yeah.
So tell us, Mark, what is this new thing that I informed you about that you have spent
Well,
a lot of time and money?
I can't
Hours
believe
of
I
your
haven't
life,
heard this
days.
on, really covered anywhere else outside of just in passing, like, hey, look what's happening. But Nintendo had a collaboration with Vans, the
shoe company.
the skateboarding California shoe company, and and I went into a frenzy and
Putting it mildly.
Tried to for a second, I was like contemplating getting every single pair of them in my size, and luckily they sold out.
Luckily, you only bought how many originally? How many? How many?
Like 4 pairs.
Mm-hmm. Technically, how many?
I took a few back. I sobered up. I sobered up and realized
came down off that.
When
that
am I going to wear
high.
purple Donkey Kong shoes in public?
So we were even considering, because there was this one pair that we couldn't find anywhere that was sold out on the website and sold out of all the stores instantly. It was the Mario 3 Chukka low gray pattern.
Oh yeah, those gray
Mario
checkered
3.
ones that were only available at certain locations.
So I called all around the Metroplex. Nobody had them. And me being the great fiance I am, I did my homework and I found that one store in the whole state of Texas had these damn shoes, and it was all the way in Houston. And it was about 7 o'clock at night, and I was like, maybe we could make it. Maybe we could make it before they'd close. And then I did the math and realized that's way too far of a drive.
And then I thought about it and realized Houston is underwater.
Yep.
And I sobered
Flooded.
up and realized that would be really stupid.
Really, really stupid to take a road trip for a pair of shoes.
And I also wasn't going to go do eBay and get scalper raped.
Yeah.
So,
and support those jerks.
I just
that do
threw in the
that.
towel, and actually I settled, and I was going to get size 11s, and they were a little too small, but it was like, well, I'll never find these again, so maybe I'll make it work. But this is just making me really sad having to
recount these gruesome details.
Say my actions out loud.
What's sad is he's leaving out the days of suffering of this.
Days.
O.M. Cree. I don't know if I should return these or not. I'm having such buyer's remorse.
No. Well,
I don't know.
At first it was, I can't find these shoes. I really want to find these shoes. Where I can't get these shoes. Should I buy them in the 11? What should I do? Oh, well, I went to this store. Oh, look, duck hunt socks. What do I do? Oh, my gosh. And then after he
just
buys,
kept coming.
Technically, he said 4 pairs, but technically it was 5 pairs. Because
5.
he bought Chrissy a pair of shoes, too.
Yeah.
So, he bought...
Well, if you want to hold me getting my fiance a gift against me, then
They were peach
shame
shoes.
on you.
They were peach
Shame.
shoes. I love them.
Anyway, so after he gets all these shoes, then it's the struggle of, oh, which ones am I going to return? Oh my gosh, I spent all this money. I can't believe I spent this much money.
Well, because
on
as soon
shoes.
as I bought them, PAX tickets went up, and
Literally
then we had
the
to,
next day.
we had to get a hotel, and we had to get airplane tickets, and fucking PAX, they didn't even give us 3 months of preparation planning time, so it's like the tickets, airplane tickets, were more expensive than they should have been.
Actually, they weren't that bad.
I'm
They
not
weren't too
even-
bad. We got
pretty
a
normal.
round trip
Just
for,
supposed
what
to
was
nod
it,
your
$300
heads.
bucks. Yeah.
Nod your heads and say yes. It's outrageous.
I mean, yeah,
outrageous.
oh,
Outrageous.
Damn them.
Well,
Those
normally,
coordinators.
I don't know.
Oh,
They
you're
were
gonna say
cutting.
Courtney.
They were cutting it close this year. Sub
You
3
should-
month warning planning time. Luckily, we all gambled on it and got our vacation time approved.
Yeah.
Months ahead of time.
Yeah, if we failed on getting PAX tickets, we would have done something fun
Because
together. Might as well.
with my job, probably the end of August would have been crazy times. So,
Mm-hmm.
luckily, I got all of that taken care of.
Yep.
And I got some sweet Zelda shoes.
You sure did.
Me and Mark have matching Zelda shoes. Sweet
We're
slip-ins.
Twinkies, and Michelle had the restraint. In fact, she even made her mom buy them. So she
I did.
she
She
got
did.
out.
I was like,
got
hey,
out spending $0.
Hey, Mom. PAX tickets are going to go on sale pretty soon, and I really need to save
Mom,
this
you
money.
already paid for my PAX tickets from graduation. Can you buy these shoes?
No,
off
not
your-
That was my
entirely.
grandpa.
Her grandpa gave her a graduation
Okay,
gift.
whatever.
That-
Because that's what she asked for
Yeah, I said-
graduation.
I said,
How
Michelle
cool is that?
strategically planned
See,
this
guys,
pretty
that
well.
should prove how cool Michelle is. She wanted to go to this event so bad that her college graduation gift was reserved for PAX money.
Yeah, I was like, if you're going to give me a gift, just give me money for PAX. I'll use it for my flight or something.
Yeah.
And I got, like, $20 here and there from a couple people, and then my grandpa gave me like $200.
Yay, Grandpa.
Yay, Grandpa.
Shout out to Grandpappy.
Shout out to my grandpa.
Shout out to Grandpa.
He's the coolest grandpa.
He is. Hear that, Grandpa? Need a bum.
If he even listens.
Grandpa, if you know how this
I'll show
YouTube works.
He'd be like, oh, that's so nice. You want to play cribbage? And I'd be like, I've never played cribbage.
Was that Quidditch?
Quidditch? I can totes play Quidditch.
What position would you be if you played Quidditch?
I'd definitely be a fan.
A fan? You'd be in the stands.
Can you imagine me playing Quidditch?
I'd have the little beat
I mean,
stick.
You could be like
I'd probably be a keeper.
Yeah, you could be a keeper. A goalie. It'd be fun.
Yeah, because I'm too
Or the
scared
loopy-loops.
to be a bludger. A
bludger?
Too scared to
My
be a badger.
Beater.
Beater. I was thinking the ball. Anyway, whatever.
You can be the ball. There you
just
go.
be the ball. Can I be the quaffle? Can I be thrown?
That's
through
perfect.
the hoops?
Coughing.
Anyway.
Was that a random Pokemon reference?
Because I can't stop coughing.
He's not in the know.
We had to explain
The Harry Potter
why
know.
coughing was happening.
Anyway, so I don't think I could be a chaser because I'm not coordinated. I don't think I could be a beater because I'm a wimp. I don't think I could be a seeker because I'm not fast. So I'd be a keeper.
Yeah, that doesn't leave you with much, does it?
No.
Maybe you could be the coach.
But if you read the Quidditch Through the Ages book, there is a Texas team, and I'm pretty sure they're called the Texas
Sweetwaters.
The
Yeah.
Texas Sweetwaters. And it was fun because whenever I was in England with my friend from New Zealand, we were reading the books together because we had both bought them at the Harry Potter studios. And there's a New Zealand team as well. And we thought it was really cool that in the whole world, the only few teams that are mentioned were from Texas and New Zealand, and we were like, ah! And we were talking about making jerseys,
You should.
like Texas Sweetwater Quidditch jerseys.
Oh, that
Cosplay.
needs to happen.
An easy
What if we
cosplay.
cosplayed as a Quidditch team?
We could.
The Texas Sweetwaters.
There you go. And they know where we're from.
Oh my god.
Was that cool?
Only 0.2% of the attendees would get it.
Only
but
the Harry
that
Potter
would make
fans
it worth it.
that have read
Quidditch Through the
the
Ages.
Quidditch Through the Ages and remember
And
that
happen to be from Texas because we're going to be in Seattle.
part. Seattle.
I can't wait to go. I love it there.
Never been.
All
It's
that matters
awesome.
to me is that
And all the good
I go to Nintendo headquarters or something.
It's actually really small. I've been there.
Don't tell me
It's
that.
it's
Yeah,
almost disappointing.
I went to the Nintendo store in New York, and the thing about New York is that whenever you go, all the stores are really small. The Nintendo store is actually pretty big. It's 2-story, which is a little weird compared to the other stores that I went into, but it's like empty. I mean, because that was right whenever the new one, the Link Through Time. Is that what it's called?
A Link Between Worlds?
A Link
Yeah.
Between Worlds. That one. I've never played it. It was right when that game was coming out, so there was a lot of signage and advertisement for that game. But besides that, it was like a big bin full of stuffed animals that had like the Latikus and the Birdo and like things like that in it. And then there were T-shirts, and then upstairs they had like a little mini museum of like handheld gaming stuff, and then like some consoles. Like they had a original Game Boy that was in Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor. It was like Desert Storm.
Desert
It was
Storm.
like
It was a time traveler.
the world's first
Had it.
video game from the 40s.
From 40, whatever. And it was from like some the time traveler took it back.
Well, my dad went to Nintendo World. It was like right after Amiibo happened, so it was basically an Amiibo factory. That's what Nintendo World was that time. But
and we got some sweet mugs out of it.
I know it's probably
souvenirs.
not that great, but it's something I gotta
I've been there once,
say I did.
and they did the same thing as they did with that little store in New York, where part of it is a little tiny museum, and they do have some cool stuff. Speaking of museums, Mark and I actually took a trip out to the National Video Game Museum here
in
Frisco. And it's actually, if any of y'all are local, I would definitely recommend taking a trip out there because it's it's pretty cool. It's not as large as I would have liked, but they had a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah, talk about that a lot because we actually haven't talked about this, and I want to know what it's like because I didn't go.
Yeah, so right as you walk in, it has all the consoles lined up on the walls, like a timeline, and it just kind of takes you through like what games and a history of like what was on each one. And they have this massive like playable Pong demo that's just with these crazy huge controls.
And you have to use like both hands. It's like a steering,
wheel
sized Pong bar.
It's massive.
Dial.
It's really fun.
I beat her.
Yeah, he did.
First to 10. It's kind of broken up into stations. Like Station 1 is like going through the timeline of consoles coming out. There's even one that's like they remade a bedroom from the 80s.
Oh, that was my favorite.
And
it was like
had
everything
like
you might find in a
television
bedroom.
or an Atari setup with a big old tube TV and like a shag carpeting and a olive covered crappy couch.
Well, that was the living room. There was a bedroom that was like Sonic the Hedgehog sheets and like Mario Duck Hunt like set up in the corner on a tiny little TV. And you could actually play it. Like all of it was interactive. So you could actually sit down on that crappy couch and play the Intellivision or go into the little bedroom and play Duck Hunt on the little tiny TV.
Yeah, the super cool station was the one where it was emulating and recreating a video game mom and pop store from the early 80s when it was the big like game crash before the NES came out and video games weren't being made right at that time and everything was on super markdown. They were giving away the games basically. That was a pretty cool thing. Yeah,
it was like an old storefront setup. It kind of reminded me how like when Blockbuster went out of business.
They even had the bargain bins. Everything must go $1 each.
But it was all interactive, so you could actually get behind the counter with the cash register, and it had like all the vintagey stickers and things on the walls.
Oh man!
Yeah, it's really cool.
80 copies of football and hockey.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they had this cool arcade, and it's actually, since there aren't any arcades left here at all, ever. Like
fun free play.
Well, free play's new.
We haven't been there yet. We'll have to do an episode on that.
After we need to all go check that out. But it was actually like with the old change machines where you put in the dollars and get the tokens, and it had like all your typical, like
high scores of the day were on display on the
Galaga
front board.
Yeah, all the high scores were listed there. It was pretty cool. And then they had like this little tiny shop too where you could buy little goodies.
It's something you definitely need to visit one time.
Yeah, for sure. I'd definitely recommend it.
If you ever get to go on a date with the cool nerdy dude, make him take you there.
Okay, let me find one.
Yeah, hey listeners, someone needs to take her to the video game museum.
Are you Weird Al Yankovic? I'm available.
Or can you at least parody songs in creative ways?
Do you look like Junkrat?
Do you look like Junkrat and act like Weird Al? If so, you are my man.
Act like Weird Al.
So, yeah, we actually did get to go to a Weird Al show.
Yeah.
And that was amazing.
I've already seen Weird Al twice now, and I have tickets to see him again this summer because we are in love. He doesn't know it, but I did touch his foot.
No, you touched his foot. I think he knows.
His foot. He knows. We know.
It's real.
Why do you
Y'all
think he's
connected.
coming back?
Exactly. Thanks, Mark.
Just for her.
That's what he
like
knew.
I didn't have to come back to
Where's my
Texas,
foot?
but what if that girl's there
Booper.
again?
What if she boops my foot again?
What if she boops my snoot?
Maybe the snoot this time.
I'll dance a little closer.
Yeah.
He'll dance on my chair instead of the girl in front of me.
Do you have good close tickets this time?
No, not really.
Aw.
Not like
because
last
that's the
time.
best. We were right there,
They were
close to the stage.
All the close ones were VIP tickets.
Are you
and
taking
they were,
Cree again?
Way more.
That's too expensive for me to go.
I thought you already had 2
I already have
tickets.
2 tickets.
Wait, you do?
Yeah.
Oh.
I have 2 tickets. I had originally invited one of our other friends, so I'll still ask him if he can go, and if he can't go, then I might take Mark if he wants to, because I took Chrissy last time. Would you want to go?
You might like that.
Fine with you taking Chrissy again.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought you
well,
liked
I'll
Weird
take
Al. No?
I don't think me and Mark can be friends anymore.
Yeah, I think he just shut you down, Tabes.
I love his movie, which is crazy that you haven't seen that.
I own it, but I just don't watch movies. It's not that I don't want to see it. I just don't watch movies.
That's an interesting quirk. She definitely does not enjoy movies. I can't get her to sit through anything. And that goes for, like, TV series, too. There's a couple... there's a few that she'll watch. A few. But they're all, like... Pretty Little Liars.
Shut the
and not stuff like Game of Thrones that you might think nerds might like.
Hey,
stuff that
lowers
really reputation.
Ew. I watched the first episode and I was cringed out. I was like, I'm out.
I watched all 5 seasons.
Oh, what happened to her? Oh, we're moving. Oh no. I mean, I
watched all 5 seasons.
I'm glad Chrissy's busting your balls on this one because I just don't have the energy.
I binged Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad's good. I
didn't finish it because at the time that I binged it, Netflix only had half of season 5. So I watched it up until halfway through season 5, and then once they added it, I didn't finish it. But I did watch all of Breaking Bad. Hey, and I watched Orange is the New Black.
Hey, that's coming back here in like a week.
4 days.
When that comes out, I'm going to be binging that.
Me
because
too.
I love Orange is the New Black.
It's just so interesting and varied, like what you'll actually watch.
I really like Crazy Eyes.
Well, we have to find out if Donna from that 70s show gets killed.
I'm pretty sure.
It's kind of a
I bet you they're going to write her out because now that...
whose boobs are they going to show if she leaves? They kept showing her boobs.
I love her. Whenever I was in high school, my friend's little brother called me Donna because it was...
Because you were big and tall.
Because I was tall, and he also called me Lumberjack.
But I love Donna, though. She's the best.
Well, he said, because I was dating this guy, and it was his little brother, and he said, y'all, he's so weird and awkward, and you're so tall, you're pretty much Donna and Eric. So he called me Donna.
The running gag was her deep voice and her being taller than her boyfriend.
Yeah.
My voice isn't... Donna or me?
Donna.
Oh, okay. I was like, my voice isn't that deep.
Maybe you. I don't know.
My voice isn't that deep.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God.
Well, we've hit the 42-minute mark. Maybe you should cut first episode down. See...
Cut it down like a tree?
Try
chop it all up?
Try and find that sweet spot on how long an episode should be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to you.
I don't know what else to talk about right now.
Chicken
I'm just
nuggets.
playing a lot of Overwatch.
A lot of Overwatch, a lot of The Sims.
Overwatch and work.
And for me, it's just Binding of Isaac all day, every day.
Yeah, we can't stop playing the Binding of
I'm
Isaac.
so addicted.
Roguelikes are awesome.
I'd say roguelikes are definitely my favorite genre out of everything. My brain loves them. I just get hopelessly addicted. Like, I love that, and Risk of Rain was so good. I've got, I think, like 60-something hours on Risk of Rain of me actually playing that game.
If you want to earn my gamer respect, you have to go to hell and back on Spelunky.
Oh, yeah, Spelunky. That's one of my favorites, but I'm cursed. I have the worst luck on that game. Like, I'll have this perfect run where basically you have to do all these premeditated, like, crazy steps involved to, like, get this perfect run to go to hell. That's your objective. You want to go to hell to beat the game. And little things can happen along the way. Like, you can make shopkeepers mad at you, and they'll come after you with shotguns. Yeah, and for some reason, something always happens.
You can beat the game.
Yeah, I've beaten the game plenty of times.
But there's like an unspoken real way to beat it.
To beat it the real way, you gotta go to hell.
Things just fall in place like 8 times in a row.
Yeah.
In a randomly generated world.
Yep. So I'm still working on that
happens.
one. Yep. But yeah, so I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it, unless y'all have anything else to say.
No. Unless you wanted to talk about Overwatch a little bit, Mark, or do you want to save it for next time?
He doesn't sound excited.
I want to go play it.
He's wanting to go play Overwatch, so
I'm gonna go be forever Junkrat.
Drunkrat?
Junkrat.
That should be a new gamer tag.
Drunkrat's probably a new skin that we don't know about yet.
Fire in the
or he throws bottles.
Alright. Well, that
was episode 1 of the Triple Dash podcast on Monday, June 13th.
Yes.
So,
yes, and in case
let us know what you think.
In case anyone wanted to reach out to you, Kirsty, where would they go again?
YouTube/OMCree or Facebook OMCree. Pretty much everything OMCree.
Spell Cree, because I always spell it wrong.
O, like OHMEM, and then Cree, CHRI.
Not CREE, like I always put it.
Yeah.
I know her name, and I know how to spell her name. I just don't know
I'm
how to spell
Offended Spaniel. If you want to play Overwatch, I'm on the Xbox Live as Offended Spaniel. I'm on Steam as Offended Spaniel. Twitch, Offended Spaniel. It's all one word. I'm working on making a YouTube channel. And then me and YakSmash here just recently posted a Let's Play of Ninja Turtles in Time on Super Nintendo, and she kept taking my fucking pizza.
I did, and I'm sorry. I'm just not good. And my channel is actually up and working. I'm just going to say that. And if you look up for YakSmash, I'm definitely on there. And if you want to see Mark and Chrissy's beautiful little faces, I've played games with both of them. Me and Chrissy are currently playing through Goof Troop, one little episode at a time.
At, like the end of World 1? Where are you?
What? No.
We've gone through 3 levels out of like 5.
Yeah.
I thought you just beat the first boss.
No.
We've gone through like 3.
Okay.
Whatever, Mark. Mark doesn't know.
Mark's a hater.
Mark totates her salt.
So salty.
Anyway, but that's on YakSmash. I do have a Twitch set up. I need to figure out how to stream. But I'm going to start doing that eventually. I do have an Instagram and a Twitter and a Facebook page that you can definitely look at if you ever wanted to look. And you can comment on my videos, and I try to talk back or tweet at me, whatever. I don't care. But we'll go ahead and end it here. So thank you so much for listening.
See you next time.
See you next time. Bye-bye.